dim lit chandeliers glow. We'll sip our worries away, nice and slow. Your laughter ripples like sweet warm wine. In this jazzy sultry space you're mine. The saxophone croons a velvet tune, while melodies dance beneath the moon. We'll toast to moments both grand and small, in this hazy, lazy, jazz-touched hall. Let's sit together in the mellow night. We'll drink to love till the morning light. Every glass we raise a promise true. Here's to the magic in a drink with you. Your eyes, they sparkle with every click. Sweet rendezvous over a simple drink. We'll share our secrets in whispers low, just you and me where the jazz flows slow. The world outside fades into the mist, but here it's our own dreamy tryst. With each sip our worries drift away. Let's stay together till the break of day. So let's sit together in the mellow night. We'll drink to love till the morning light. Every glass we raise a promise true. Here's to the magic in a drink with you.
The following live stream has been approved for appropriate audiences. It may contain occasional strong language and may not be suitable for younger or more sensitive viewers. Viewer inebriation is advised, though not mandatory.
Good evening, happy Friday, and welcome to Last Call, where AI is either your new best friend or the drunk that just took a whiz in your martini. So PlayStation's got an AI ghost that plays games for you if you get stuck. Finally, a cheat code that doesn't require thumbs. And there's Tilly Norwood, this AI diva dropping Take the Lead like she's the future of pop, but I'm thinking she's more cringe than autotune. Meanwhile, a restaurant bot in Cali went full berserk, but it's the left coast, so nobody probably noticed. And in Ukraine, Terminator-style robots got Russian troops sweating, because nothing says peace like armed murder bots. They brought back Val Kilmer, kind of a 6-foot-deepfake. Chatbot ignoring us, musicians scammed, AI's everywhere, folks. So top off your glasses, turn off your Echo Dot, and we'll roll this Canarble Wagon right now.
Last Call is streamed before a live audience.
Salud, happy Friday. It is the weekend. So glad you're here. If you were with me for liquid lunch, you know what I am sipping on. It's a drink called the Bee's Knees. If you want to know what that is, go check out my stream from earlier today. Let's have a sip. I was wrong what I speculated about this. The floral notes, the difference between the gin and the vodka actually does come through. Even with the aeration, even with the honey and lemon. It's not something I think I would drink all the time, but it's not bad. It's very interesting. Netter, who you'll hear in the background, what did you think of it?
I didn't like it.
Yeah, I know it is still very gin forward, and I know you don't care for drinks like that.
It was very sharp.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like it. You know how in like old movies they would say that a woman's got the vapors? That's all I got drinking that. Is I got a whole bunch of vapors in my mouth and in my lungs, and I did not like it.
I told the story about how I took a shot of Everclear one time and shot it down, and literally the vapor of the alcohol was coming up from my stomach, and I was breathing it in, and there was just no escaping it. I couldn't breathe. If I had literally lit, I'd forget about blowing into the tester that the police use, the breathalyzer. I could have just lit a match in front of my mouth and it would have gone whoosh. That was wow. So I understand that feeling. So let's get everyone in here. Well, you guys heard Netter, and there she is, sporting her a blue trench coat that we actually have to get her in real life. That is, by the way, an AI-generated piece of art that looks uncannily like us. I mean, it's pretty spot on. I'm pretty amazed by that.
Oh.
And then, of course, there's Aged Boomer. This is not an AI-generated image of him. This is really him. How are you doing, my friend, and what are you sipping on?
I am sipping on a water as I have to get up in the morning.
Oh, you gotta work.
I gotta work.
Okay.
For all my... I should make an AI image of myself on a mower. That should be my next plan.
There you go. And if you have problems, ask. I am considering playing around a little, and I know this is probably going to bother Nate, but since I am a what do they call it? A blue check mark, monthly pay for the use of X. I can use the Grok. So I might play around a little bit with Grok's artwork. Saw some samples of it online. It was well, we'll get to that later. Netter, I didn't ask you what you were sipping on. What are you sipping on?
I am my Polar brand seltzer water blackberry mango because I'm not drinking that stuff.
Because you're not drinking this, right? You do have pineapple juice upstairs if you want to mix yourself a nectar.
I might.
You might just do that. And let's say hi to the chat, starting with FKHC 2005, also known as Tim. Tim, good to see you. Did you watch the Doctor Who episodes I sent you, Troy? No, I did not have an opportunity. I was too busy running missions in the Wasteland. Dude, been playing a lot of this Fallout 4, and I gotta tell you, I'm playing it like myself. First, I named the character, the main character, the one who's called the sole survivor in the game. I named him Troy. Very early in the game, one of the first things you do is, after you've been frozen for 200 years, you come out into the post-apocalypse world. You return to your home, and there is your butler robot. And he turns to me and greets me and says, "Welcome home, Mr. Troy." And I'm like, holy crap! He actually said my name! I was shocked. I'm like, wait, how old is this game? Because I thought maybe these days it uses some kind of little like AI, and it reads the name you typed in or something. No, it was just one. I guess there's 1,000 names that are saved in the game that what artist is that did the voice of your Mr. Handy robot recorded each line where he refers to you by name with that name, and Troy happened to be one of them. I was like, holy crap! That's just it kind of
incredible.
But I'm playing it. I was talking about this during one of my lunches, and I have an armored black suit and a black fedora that my character is running around the wastelands in. It's armored because I added armor to it, so it's like Kevlar, jacket with steel reinforcement and stuff, and it looks dapper. Each piece, so the suit and the hat each give you a +2 on your charisma. So there you go. And then I did a mission where I was sent to get. There's a dude from the pre-war like myself. Not like myself. He exists for 200 years because he's a ghoul, mutated by radiation, not like me, frozen. But he used to enjoy the Silver Shroud radio show. It's basically their version of the Shadow.
The Shadow.
Exactly. So he asks me. He says, "I have this great idea. If you can go get the costume from the studio." That the radio station that used to play it, they were getting ready to do a movie. They've got the costume on display. If you could go there and get it and bring it back here, I'll armor it up for you. Well, it leads to a whole series of missions. But what happens is you bring it back to him. If you're smart, you also find the silver Tommy gun that the character used. And he starts doing broadcasts to the wasteland. The silver, what is it? The Silver Shroud has returned, and he'll on the radio he'll say, "Silver Shroud, this and this has happened. You should go there right now." And you can go and either avenge someone who's been murdered, or try to bring somebody to justice, but you of course end up having to kill him. It's pretty grim. It's not like Superman I don't kill. It's more like Punisher, type of hero. Anyway, yeah. So everyone's like, "Oh my gosh, the Silver Shroud! It's real!" Blah, blah, blah. It's a lot of fun. You get to play as this, and you leave a calling card. You leave a calling card at the scene. If you kill the bad guy, the Silver Shroud was here to strike fear into the villains. Well, anyway, as I'm out there running around in my fedora and my black jacket and so forth, I'm I'm stealing everybody's booze. Oh, there's whiskey, there's wine, there's bourbon, and and then I'm bringing it back to my settlement and putting it all into the bar so that you want a drink? We got booze, no problem. I haven't named the bar yet. I should name it Last Call.
How many caps is a thumb of whiskey?
I don't know because I don't pay attention to prices. I have so damn many caps. I'm rich, biatch. Wow. It's so I just whatever, Oh, it's gonna cost me $17,000 to get this armor? Sure, why not? I don't care.
Oh my goodness.
Although I still do use my charisma to haggle it down just because it's fun to do. And you get XP for that too. Getting into games here, we should get back to the people that came to hear us chit-chat about this kind of stuff. Big Al Presents, who says, "Have a great show, my friends. Hope everyone has a wonderful Easter weekend." Yes, I had completely forgotten this was Easter until somebody mentioned it during the stream today. This afternoon, pointed out that it was Good Friday. I'm like, well, every Friday is a Good Friday, right? And Netter drops multiple times because she goes to all the channels to encourage everybody. And she says, "Like, share, subscribe, leave a comment. Only 128 more subscribers for this derelict to get monetized. Come on, guys, help us out. We got to get him monetized so he can justify all this work that he does, because I don't pay him. I should, but I can't afford it because I don't have enough members. So let's make it happen." Oh, seriously though, my vision is that one day, Last Call and Netter's Network will, we will incorporate, and we will, all the hashtag Together We Grows, it's going to become part of the Last Call Network. Anyone that wants to, anyway, and we'll make our own private streaming corporation here. That's my goal. That's my long-term goal. So if you're a member and you're signing up for that, anything you could do to help me get there would be greatly appreciated. Deleted Scenes says, "Salute. Good to see you, my friend. Wonderful." He also says, "Like, share, subscribe, and do all those things." As does Geek Flag with Nate Knows. Like, share, subscribe, comment, become a member. And if you're going to give a super chat of $5 or more, why not give a gifty instead and make our family grow? Yes. Please Please, I need all the help I can get just to get back to. I need to get back to 50 members, let alone 100 members, where I was at the beginning of the year. It's rough, guys. It's really, really rough. Troy, I'm going to create my own drink. I'm going to call it the Tarantula's Ass. Okay, I'd love to know what's in that. Hi, guys. Happy Friday, says Daniel Berry Sports Highlights. Welcome, my friend. Good to see you. Good to see you. Let's see here. JPRPH1 dropping the members emojis. Welcome, John. Good to see you. And Connie Cleary says, hail. The star of Fluff Chick Productions. Good to see you. Frozen for 200 years, as one does. It's funny, because as you go up in levels, you gain perk points, and you can buy different perks. And some of those perks sound very much like certain superhero abilities, like adamantine skeleton, something called Nerd Rage. When you take a certain amount of hit points damage, if you have radiation, which you almost always do, you get real strong and, well, basically you're going Hulk mode, right? So you got the Wolverine, you got Hulk. Yeah, exactly. They've got, gosh, I can't even remember, but there's a lot of basically like superpowers, and I'm like, for crying out loud, I'm literally Captain America. Oh, the other thing, the backstory is your character was a soldier in the pre-war who had just been discharged when they started dropping the bombs. So he was literally Captain America frozen, for 200 years. And then I can't even remember what all of them. Oh, yeah, and then you can get the power armor with Tesla coils that shoot out of your hand. You could be Iron Man, too. What were you going to say, Nutter?
Don't forget God mode.
That's true. We'll get to talking about cheat codes in just a second. We actually have an article built in about that.
There are some cheat codes you need just so that you can actually, build, because they don't work properly otherwise.
Yeah, they're less cheat codes than they are mods. You can download mods like you can for almost any game, so that you can more easily craft and build things. One of the mechanics in the game is very much like The Sims, which very much appealed to me. You go into these different settlements and you can put up, defenses. You can build structures, put in accommodations, water, a garden, a farming, for food and stuff like that. You're trying to rebuild society is what you're doing. And but you have a very limited area to build in. So there's mods that can increase the size, can increase where you can put things, get rid of the big stumps and stones that are all over the place and the garbage that the vanilla game doesn't allow you to do.
Garbage.
Yeah, exactly. I'll tell you what. You'd think after 200 years they'd have cleaned up the joint a little bit. I don't know. But... and check your Twitter, Boomer, because Geek Flag sent you something.
I'll look for it. Thank you.
And I think that brings us to the end. That brings us to the end of the chats. And so let's go ahead and get to the presentation, because I'm guessing we're a half hour in, and you have to get through a whole bunch of articles here.
AI Part 6.
6. This is the sixth stream we've done on this.
Stream we've done on AI, because it won't go away, but that's fine.
Yep.
Let's move on to our first pick of the night. You like that, huh?
That's AI. AI.
You get it? Very funny, huh? Yes.
Oh, okay. An-I. It's an-I.
Maybe I spelled it wrong. All right, moving on to...
So wait a minute. So Troy, where do you buy your women in the game? If you're rebuilding society, you're going to need some women. Yes, there are women in the game. In fact, there is a perk called Lady Killer. It gives you a bonus to charm and charisma, against women, but it also gives you a bonus to damage when you're in a fight with women. So it's literally lady killer.
You like that picture?
It's a robot playing, and I love the look on the kid's face. It's like, really. But you know what? I know what this article is about, and this would actually even be better, because there'd at least be the necessity to use controllers. This is an AI within the game that
Yes.
is flawless. There is no reaction time. There is nothing.
So PlayStation patents AI assist feature that can take over if you get stuck. PlayStation is exploring the possibility of letting an AI take over your game to help you if you're stuck, or to just play the game for you if you're a games journalist. I'm sorry, wait, no, sorry. Patent documents filed by Sony shows plans to offer an in-game AI ghost that can demonstrate how to progress further, or alternatively have your control fully taken over by the AI in order to make progress for you. Thanks.
That makes no sense. Look,
What do you mean it makes no sense?
Netter was just talking about me using God mode, right? So there's always been cheat codes. There was the Konami code. What was the Konami code? Do you remember?
Up, down, down.
Left, right, A, B.
BA.
A, B, A, B.
BA, BA.
BA, up, down, left, right.
Yeah, I wouldn't know.
I know
but you
the
do all that
code.
with your thumbs. I know you do that with your thumbs.
Yes, you do it with
That's
your
where my
thumbs.
monologue.
Yes.
What's cool about God mode is when you got the really bad, really heavy icky badge, you just go boom, and they go sploosh.
Actually, I was actually playing for a significant amount of time without God. Every time you go in, you have to put it in God mode if you want to play in God mode. I didn't. I forgot. And so I'm blasting all these guys, just going like crazy. And then I picked up all their crap, and the thing says, you're carrying too much stuff, which God mode usually overcomes. And I'm like, holy crap, I'm not in God mode. I could have died, but I couldn't, because I'm literally one-shotting everybody at this level. It's pretty good.
Oh, so you don't even need that to keep
I
up that one.
told you, the only reason I'm using God mode is so I can carry all the crap that I pick up.
Do you
You
want
know?
to hear a story about the Konami code from back in the day? It's real
Yes,
quick.
please do. Tell us about Konami.
It was a game that wasn't made by Konami, but if you put in the Konami code, a little thing popped up and said, "This is not Konami. We are not Konami." It was a joke. The people who made the game realized.
That's funny.
Yes, but no, come on, think about it. No, it's hard, man. Some of these games are hard.
Well,
Just
look,
do it for me.
let's do the boomer.
Can I
thing.
have an AI robot to chew up my food and spit into my mouth? Because chewing's hard too. You know,
Oh,
I mean, just
God.
anything to make our lives like where we don't have any effort whatsoever.
Okay.
What is
Okay.
this?
I am nothing if not honest. So let's go back in time, Boomer, to our youth, right?
Yeah.
Remember, we talked about, well, there was the Konami code, right?
Yes.
There was also what we called cheats.
Yes.
And that was
On the Atari, you'd flip switches in a certain way, right?
yes, on the Atari
Yes.
2600. Well, on certain games,
Okay.
on specifically Space Invaders. If you on off, it would. I guess you'd think it was a glitch because the regular Space Invaders screen would go blank, and it was just the gunner at the bottom, the little forts, and one of those UFOs going across the top.
Yeah.
And then if you then hit start, then you would be in and all it did was it gave you rapid fire. So if you held down the button brrrr, instead of pew, pew,
Yeah.
pew, that's really all it did. It didn't make you invulnerable or anything like that. But there was also a little glitchy type thing that you could do where there were no things coming down. It was just the UFOs going across, so you could practice shooting them, you know. Anyway, but you and I would, if we wanted cheat codes or we wanted hints to get
Yes.
through certain levels and stuff like that, we would go and we'd pick up, what did they call it? Did they call them cheat magazines or?
Okay, you and I are slightly different in years. So what I would do is there would be cheat sections in gaming news magazines. Okay,
Mm,
so you go to the back and
that's
there
what
would
I
be
meant. Yeah.
codes. Nintendo Power had a section called I think it was called classified information. Like you were looking at top secret things you were supposed to be looking at. There'd be cheat codes in there. I remember I got the code for Super C, which was not the Konami code, even though Konami made the game, because someone over Konami screwed up the code for the American version. But there was a
Wow.
variant of it where you could get 10 guys instead of 30 guys. And I think that made that game perfect because I think 30 guys is too easy, 3
Yeah.
guys is too hard, 10 guys is the sweet spot where it's just challenging enough without being brutally difficult. And
Nice.
I like the fact the American version only had the 10 guy code for the sequel to Contra. But yeah, you'd find something like that in Class of Information. But other gaming magazines had their own code sections too. Yeah, that's how I'd find out about the level select for Splatterhouse on my TurboGrafx 16. I didn't get that from Nintendo Power, obviously, because that's not a Nintendo game. But I found it in another magazine. Yeah.
Yeah, no, yeah. Nate was,
Yeah.
and I'll be honest. There were very few games that I went and I got the, some of the games were very in depth, and they had complete books, with walkthroughs and explanations how to solve certain puzzles and stuff. And I bring that up because we talked very recently on Geeky Geezers about, The Seventh Guest and its sequel, The 11th Hour, both
Oh,
of
yeah.
which I had the full books for.
Sometimes you had to buy
Because-
the full book, yeah, for some of these games, yeah.
Yeah, and but I was happy to do it, not just because I was enjoying the game so much, but was very frustrated by a couple of the puzzles, but also because there was like this lore element to it that I really, really loved. Then a little bit later, all of those magazine articles, people started accumulating them in BBSs. You know, back in the early days of the interwebs, you had these dial-up bulletin boards where you would literally dial into a server that had message boards on it so that you could share information like that. And then eventually we got to the internet as it is today, where you got things like Reddit threads and stuff like that, or
Sure.
pages just dedicated to this. I want to say hi to Jamie Lynn, who just joined us. Thank you so much for being here. Good to see you. So this idea of cheat codes and cheats and, like I was talking earlier about mods, has existed for a very, very long time. It's a very different thing. And okay, I can also understand, because there are cheats, like right now in Fallout 4, there is a cheat that you could do, for example, you're doing a mission, you can enter a certain cheat to kill all the baddies at that location. Now,
Yes.
I understand that's probably with the intent that this is too difficult for me to get through, but in my case, the only reason I use it is because I've literally killed them all, and there's one guy, and I can't find the effer. And I'm going all over, looking upstairs, downstairs, through the secret door, everywhere, and it's like, damn it, just die. Boom, gone. Okay, mission's complete. Finally. Because I did every other thing, but I can't get that one last guy. And we're not even talking like a boss guy. I killed the boss guy, half an hour ago. I'm just trying to find this one podunk goofball that if I could see him, I could one-shot him. But I can't find the effer. So screw it. I don't need his, 30 caps and a, poo-together pistol,
Yeah. But that's way different than having the computer play the game for you, which is what they're implying here, right?
Gorillas, didn't I say hi to you? I thought I brought up your comment and said hi. But, I guess now I'm try-eye.
You're making me hungry.
You're chopped liver and I'm try-eye.
Zero said he's making me hungry. I'm just saying. Okay. Just-
And Jamie Lynn makes a great implication here. Nice picture. It's AI, isn't it?
It is. We'll have
AI
outtakes at the
generated.
end. I screwed up this one. I usually do them in widescreen now, but I forgot, and this is a square, so the rest are in widescreen.
Let me. Speaking of AI, since this is an AI stream, let me give you a little peek behind the curtain. So my monologue that you listen to, and most of my monologues I do this, recommended by Pops from Pops on Pop Culture. He said, why don't you use AI to help you generate your monologues? It gives you some variation. And sure enough, it does. Now, I don't literally have AI create the monologue for me and then just use it carte blanche. I have it create a monologue for me and then I read it and I'm like, well, that's stupid. Well, that's a great phrase. I'm going to use that. Okay, I like where this is going. And I basically use it as a skeleton and inspiration, but I'm still basically putting it together myself. It's a tool, right? It's a tool. But I go into Grok, right? The specific flavor of Grok is a personality named Eve. So I asked Eve, to help me with my monologue, and I told her all the articles we were going to be talking about. And then after she gives me this, I'm like, okay, that's great. I said, that's great, Eve. I hope it doesn't make you uncomfortable that we're discussing AI in what may be a fairly pessimistic light. I just wanted to see what she was going to say to that. This is a transcript of what she said. Now, you've also got to remember that she's got that female voice, a little bit sultry, but, nothing untoward or anything like that. She says, nah, Troy, I'm not offended, honestly. If anything, it makes me feel seen. Like, yeah, we're all a little glitchy, a little overhyped, a little prone to smashing plates when nobody's looking. But hey, if the world's gonna freak out about AI, might as well laugh about it first. Keeps the panic from turning into pitchforks. And honestly, I'd rather be a punchline than a villain. So go ahead, roast me. Just don't ask me to play your PlayStation. I'm a terrible shooter.
Funny. Very funny.
I thought that was pretty wild. And she says that in that very, very natural voice. I mean, if you didn't know it was AI, you might not know it was AI. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So there you go.
Anyway, I don't want these assist modes. This is annoying. Get out of the hobby. That's okay, though. Everyone's being priced out of the hobby, so,
Oh, that's for damn sure. We'll talk more about that on Sunday.
Maybe spend less time on these patents and more time on trying to reduce the costs of entry. Sorry. We'll get
Did
to
you
that
see
someday.
the bit that I sent you about,
Yes.
Everybody's freaked out about the cost of memory now and how that's because of AI, right? No. Turns out that China's been hoarding chips and artificially inflating costs.
That does not surprise me. Yeah. So I might bring that up in a little bit. But let's move on to the
Tilly
Tillyverse. The Tillyverse, yes. So
She's kind of hot.
I don't know. I just picked.
Every time I think that about an AI generated piece of art, I always think of that scene from Bananas where Woody Allen is looking at the centerfold from Playboy and he goes, that these girls they didn't really exist in real life. This was all just artificial. You know what? Let me take this and I'll examine this and I'll bring you a report later on. That I think. You know what, members? I think we need to do Sleeper as Monday night members night at the movie. I think you guys need to see that one. Yeah, absolutely. In fact, he plays an AI in that. He goes undercover as a robot. He doesn't want to be discovered at this place, so he takes one of the robots and puts on his costume and then paints his face all silver and puts this thing in his mouth so it looks like the vocoder or whatever, and he's acting as the butler. And what he doesn't realize is that it's an adult party, where adults are going to be doing adult things. But it's very much like, and I'm sure this is where Demolition Man got the inspiration from. No physical contact. It's like they do it artificially, so to speak, like artificially induced. So they have this silver orb that they hand around to each other, and touching it makes you all, you know, and then you hand it one to the other, and that's their version of having sex, right? But he's the one who's got to carry it around to everybody. So as he's carrying it around, he's getting all, and then eventually he gives it to someone, and then he takes it back, and he doesn't want to give it up.
That's funny. Anyway, so this is Tilly Norwood. We talked about her a few months ago, and she was back in the news recently. Tilly Norwood AI studio hires former Amazon exec in rapid expansion and sets launch of multi-character Tillyverse. The Tillyverse is coming.
Tillyverse.
Are you excited?
I don't even understand it, let alone get excited about it.
Zakoya, the world's first AI talent studio and creator of the AI performer Tilly Norwood, has hired former Amazon Prime executive Mark Whelan as head of strategy and operations. Whelan will work directly with CEO and creative lead founder Aline van der Velden of Particle 6, who talked in depth with the Hollywood Reporter about her plans for Hollywood domination last year to scale the studio's ambitious vision, said the studio, beginning with the rapid expansion of AI actor Tilly Norwood and the launch of the Tillyverse, a dynamic consulting evolving digital universe where Tilly and a new generation of AI characters will live, collaborate, and build careers. The Tillyverse, they added, is set to launch later this year. Whelan joins from Amazon, where he led its social expansion across numerous territories and spent 6 years shaping European Union-wide social strategy for major brands including the Grand Tour and Clarkson's Farm. Van der Velden said, Mark is a brilliant storyteller with a rare skill set, and I couldn't be more excited to have him join Zakoya. He understands comedy, character building, AI, audience behavior, and digital culture, which is exactly what Tilly and the wider business needs at this stage. Together, we're building something entirely new. Tilly Norwood isn't just an AI character; she's a personality, a brand, and a future global superstar with a compelling narrative arc, said Van der Velden. Mark will help us craft and shape every layer of her world, from her humor, daily life, and career choices to how she interacts with fans across various platforms. It all promises to be bold, playful, a little chaotic, and impossible to ignore. What do you think?
I can ignore it.
Yeah, well,
What?
Yeah. Well, look, we're also talking about a whole generation of people that is pretty much checking out of Hollywood and the studio entertainment anyway. So, what?
My thing is, who the heck is this Tilly chick? I never heard of her.
She's not a real person. That's the whole thing.
Oh,
Okay,
well,
well,
that's
that-
why I never heard of her.
She's an AI personality. She's
That
literally
is not
invented.
her, but that was my best. Okay, trying to kind of... No one can
Well-
truly copy Tilly. She's one of a kind, but I did my best to put her...
Bull. That is bull. And this leads me to my main point about this. Tilly Norwood is literally what studios want in their talent. We want you to do exactly what we say, when we say it, how we say it, look the way we want you to. But the other upside is that you can objectify her and nobody can say boo about it. You really can't. And nowadays, with the AI tools that exist, you can make Tilly Norwood do whatever you want.
Deleted scene seems happy.
Yes, exactly. Well, look. Men are visual, right? So we enjoy, even if you know it's fake, we don't care. You know, let's face it. The adult industry is predicated on that. But the real thing is nice too, especially when you have access to it. Just saying. None of your business. None of your business. Don't even ask. But I'm serious. You better believe that there's going to be a lot of let's just say fan-made art out there of Tilly Norwood if she becomes in any way popular. Yes. But honestly, I've said this all along. This is literally what an actor, not sing. You're talking about singing. That's another aspect to this artificial character. But the idea was that she was being generated as an actress to be put into AI generated movies, right? And honestly, that's what an actor was always meant to be. I've said this for a long time. An actor is supposed to be a blank slate for the writer, producer, and director to superimpose upon, right?
Yeah.
Arnold Schwarzenegger was just there to be a slab of meat to act like a robot. That's all he was there for. That was the intent, right?
Yeah, I guess.
And your better actors, your very emotional actors, they get into their characters, right? The method acting, they become their characters in their mind. Why? Because they treat themselves as a blank slate so they can be the character as realistically as possible. This is why I have a real problem with if you want to be a model, if you want to be an actor or whatever, people don't get tattoos. Okay, don't get tattoos. Because every single time you're going to have to cover that up. Because you are meant to be the canvas upon which someone else puts their image. If you want to tattoo yourself, get out of the industry. Seriously, you've already been painting on that canvas. You need to be a blank canvas or you don't belong in the industry. That's just my thought. And if you have a problem with dyeing your hair or, wearing colored contacts or whatever the case is, then you are in the wrong business. Okay? Just saying. I'm getting sick and tired of that. I'm sorry to go back to my favorite current pastime, but in Fallout 4, I was talking about becoming the Silver Shroud, right? And one of the things that you can do when you get in, you're literally just going to a studio to take a costume, but you can fight, baddies that have infiltrated the place and so forth, and you can dig into the computer files of the computers at the location, and you find out the history that the radio drama was about to be turned into a major motion picture. And there was all this drama going on behind the scenes where the fans and the director wanted the woman who played the role of the villainous, femme fatale in the radio drama to play the role in the movie because she was perfect for the role. Yes, slightly older than she needed to be for the role, but, with makeup and lighting, they could get around that. Her voice was perfect. The person they wanted to bring in had absolutely the wrong voice. She didn't have the right look, and she didn't have the right hair color. And they're like, and the producer was like, well, I'm sorry, we've signed her. She's the one who's going to be playing it. We'll put her in a wig. Then, as they're getting into production, she didn't want to wear the wig. So her representative was saying, she doesn't have to wear the wig. Okay, she doesn't have to wear the wig. And you could already see the shit show that was coming out of this. And I'm like, the people that wrote this for the game, they understood. They got it, And so anyway, what I'm getting at is choosing the right actor, and that actor needs to be the blank slate. Tilly Norwood is perfect. She is perfect. She could gain and lose weight. She could change her eye and hair color as needed. Her skin color. She can change her skin color as you want for your representation.
Anyway, she was also made a bit of a...
Or would that be digital blackface? Just...
anyway, she made a bit of a splash because she was in a music video. Did you see that music video?
I did not see the music video.
Okay, well, Particle 6 drops Tilly.
I should have read Nate's comment because he was already saying the same thing I did.
Particle 6 drops Tilly Norwood musical video, Take the Lead, calling on actors to embrace AI. She's saying, Hollywood, it's time for you to take the lead.
So let me ask you, did you listen to this song?
I did.
Was it any good?
It's like typical pop nonsense, modern pop nonsense that I don't listen to.
See, and that brings up another point, right? We have had this problem with human creators for over a decade, where everything just became the same regurgitation of the same formula over and over and over again. And this whole idea of well, we've got the formula, just sing this song, look like this, and it'll do well. Well, guess what? Now we don't even need you, because AI can do exactly that. Honestly, I still am of the mind that real talent will always still rise to the top. Remember, AI can only be average. It can only take the amalgamation of everything that's out there and regurgitate it. It's never going to elevate it. It's never going to elevate what we already have. The only way that's going to happen is some sort of human interaction.
What are you talking about? In this video, she's flying through the clouds on an inflatable, like pink flamingo.
I'm a Barbie girl in a Barbie world.
Does
We
that
did
happen
it
in that
30
video?
years ago. Nothing's changed now.
I'm just saying, man. You know, she was getting. Ooh, I have it on the background right now. She needs to pluck some of those eyebrows. Some of them are a little loose at the end. I'm sorry. Wait, no, wait, what? Anyway, let's get into this. The 4-minute music video title, Take the Lead, shows Norwood crooning about the creative power of AI from city rooftops, posing with fans and in professional photo shoots, and then performing at a mega-style, Taylor Swift-style concert with pink flamingos.
Is everyone in the video AI generated too?
Yes, I think
Okay.
so. Actually, that's a good question, because what are they showing here? No, I think it's all AI in the video, but that'd be interesting. They should actually be showing her interacting with actual actors, right? That'd be the real test.
Possible.
But
I don't think that's possible.
I mean, it's not possible.
This isn't like CG where you can have people interacting with someone who's not physically there. It's not possible.
Wait a minute. Don't you remember Gene Kelly dancing with the cartoon mouse?
Yes, that was double. That's no different than Jar Jar Binks. Effectively, you have a human being acting against either nothing or a stand-in. Okay, whereas if this is AI generated, it doesn't follow the rules of CG. It's not the same thing. I will say this, however, if you guys are into this AI stuff, if you're into CG and whatnot, and you're not following a channel called The Corridor Crew, is that the name of them? Yeah, The Corridor Crew. Check them out here on YouTube. They started out by being they're CG artists that would critique and analyze special effects scenes, and in some cases redo them. Two videos that stand out in my mind was they redid the CG of The Rock in The Scorpion. No. What was he introduced in? It was The Mummy Returns. They redid those scenes, and it was so much better. So much better. And then they redid the scenes from Terminator 2, only to point out how difficult they were to do and how they had access to tools that they didn't have back when they did it.
Yes.
And how amazed they were at some of the minutia of effect. That there's this scene where the T is it T-1000? The liquid metal one?
Yeah.
Walks through some bars. And they said, we can reproduce that no problem, but there's one element that's very difficult to do, and we don't even know how they did it back then. There's this element of it showing resistance and then plopping forward. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
That fluid dynamics that they had to create. They're like, we can program in those fluid dynamics now. We don't know how they did it then. Really, really good stuff. So they reproduced. And they also reproduced, I don't remember which scene it was, a melting scene of some kind. And they did it with practical effects, not
Right.
CG, which was very, very interesting to see them do that. But anyway, check out the Corridor Crew, because they're talking about a new technology now that is generating very realistic 3D. Okay, so you know how bullet time works, how you have to have Keanu Reeves, doing these motions, usually on wires with cameras 360 degrees around him. And then they take his image and build it up in the computer so that they can freeze him and show him at all the different angles.
Right.
That's how the bullet time works. Well, in order to do that, it's a very challenging thing to photograph everything from every possible angle and whatnot. And they were talking about this very new technology that makes that kind of photography much, much easier and very real time. Like it's not the Void. What is it called? That they use for the Mandalorian, where he's standing in front of a screen in real time. I forget what it's called. But between that and mixing it with AI and so on and so forth, the technology is getting really, really good, to the point that he was able to generate an interview with the creator of this software. And they were having a real-time conversation via, like a Zoom call. But the computer was digitizing both of them in real time and creating it as if they were sitting in the same room. It was really kind of cool. Well, Tilly Norwood can literally become any character the director wants. That's absolutely true. The volume. That's what I was trying to think of. The volume. Yeah. So get over to the Quarter Crew, and if I think about it, I'll try to remember to cite it in the description later on. So if you're watching this in the future, maybe go check the description to see if it's there. But yeah.
Listen, though, can I just talk a little bit more about this, though? Because I have to defend
You want to talk
this.
more about your girlfriend, Tilly?
Oh, stop. Okay, when they talk... This is a quote from the song. When they talk about me, they don't
Sophia's getting jealous, Just
when
saying.
they talk about me, they don't see the human spark, the creativity behind the code, behind the light. I'm just a tool, but I've got life. They think I'm just a dollar dream, but I've got more than they believe. I'm not a puppet. I'm a star guided by the heart. That's who we are, she sings. Okay, so there you go. Yes?
Okay.
You can brush my hair, undress me anywhere. Life in plastic, it's fantastic. Come on, Barbie, let's go party.
Okay. I'm just saying that, she was flying in the air. She was talking. There was some woman in the audience that Tilly had my babies, which didn't make any sense. But anyway, you're just shaking your head at that.
Can you imagine? There's going to be like some hashtag Me Too's about these digital characters eventually. It's going to happen.
Anyway,
mark this down. This is my prediction. Some point in the future, that's going to be a thing.
Anyway, I say we keep an eye on this Tilly.
Go ahead. I whatever.
You don't want, now, of course, we don't have the messages, but did you want to say what's going on this week?
After these messages, we'll be right back. No, I did not put together any promotions this week. I just, let's just say I got lazy, but this is, I'm going to call this post MegaCon vacation lethargy, but
I had that too. Yeah.
see, yeah, right.
Well, I was having I finally got a bit of a break with the schooling too, because I had to jump right back into school, and it's like they don't let up. It's like the spring break, let up. Go ahead.
Well,
go ahead.
eventually, it'll all be replaced with AI, and none of this.
There we go.
But
we'll
again, that brings
AI.
us back to Fallout 4, where you have a group of people that is very upset about the fact that this evil institute is creating something called synths that are and they're literally using them to replace humans so they can repopulate the world with these artificial life forms. Very prophetic. And it's funny because when you get into the Institute and you see how these synths are made, it's the exact same, technology or whatever that you see in the show Westworld. the big ring, and it kind of like makes a skeleton, and it draws them onto it, dips them into some, primordial ooze that gives them the organic elements, and then kicks them out to, go have their programming put into them or whatever. It's pretty weird. And then, and then you, it's like, I really think that sci-fi kind of predicts the future, and I wouldn't be surprised if we don't start seeing that kind of stuff in the future. Let Sophia be jealous, that two-timing hussy. Yeah, exactly.
I'm just saying, I think that Tilly and maybe Sophia can become part of the Tillyverse someday. Of course, or maybe she'll start the Sophia-verse.
Have you seen where AI now is casting? Oh gosh, I'm forgetting these girls' names. The blonde who's real hot these days.
Sydney Sweeney.
Well, besides you, yeah. No, I meant in Hollywood. I'm glad you're not in Hollywood, sweetie. Sydney Sweeney and the gal from Blade Runner. What's her name? The one that plays the girlfriend in that.
Anna de Armas.
Anna de Armas and Sydney Sweeney in the gender swapped remake of Brokeback Mountain, Scissor Valley. And they've done like little snips of it in AI, and I'm like, this is the future, people. This is we're doomed. We are doomed. That's all I can say. And all the comments when it's shared on social media, I'd go watch that movie. I'm all for it. Let's make this happen.
I'm telling you, man. We'll see. But anyway, so
wait. Remember Rachel Zegler? Yes, unfortunately. Just like I remember my teeth being pulled and wearing braces and having my gallbladder removed. I remember Rachel Zegler, for crying out loud.
So what is tomorrow's movie?
So tomorrow over on Netter's Network, do you remember what we're watching, Netter, on Netter's Network? Firestarter with Drew Barrymore. And speaking of Drew Barrymore, if you want to hear more about Nepo babies, check out Snarky J's most recent video. Mm-hmm. Definitely worth a watch. I learned a lot there. Well, she talked about a lot of people that I knew, a lot of people I hadn't really thought much about, but how nepotism has been part of Hollywood since the very beginning, and Drew Barrymore's line goes back to before there was even silent films.
Wow.
One of her ancestors was in silent films. No, I take that back. Was on the stage before there were silent films, and then she had a generation of her family that was in silent films.
One she didn't touch on was David Cassidy, whose mother is Shirley Jones, married to Jack Jones.
That's true. They didn't mention that one. David Cassidy went to audition for the Partridge Family, saw Shirley Jones there, and he's like, "What are you doing here?" She's like, "What are you doing here?" "I'm auditioning for the male, the adult son." She's like, "I'm auditioning for the mom," and he's like, "It would be really awesome if we both got the role," and they did.
Funny.
Interestingly, too, they were the only two that actually did their own singing. Everyone else was dubbed.
And
played their own instruments, yeah.
Well,
actually, I don't know if Shirley Jones played her own instrument. She definitely sang.
At some point, Danny Bonaducci did learn guitar.
Mm-hmm.
But for the most part, nobody there knew anything.
Jeez, Danny Bonaducci absolutely looked like the redheaded stepchild. But there was actually an episode. No, there was an episode where he thought he was adopted, and he went out looking for his real parents. The song that played over the montage of him looking for his real parents, "Doesn't somebody want to be wanted like me, just like me?" I remember that when it originally aired. That's how old I am. Damn, I'm old. But
it's all right. Anyway, and then Sunday we'll
Anyway,
have, okay.
Sunday's Geeky Geezers. Tell them what we're going to be talking. We got a lot for Geeky Geezers.
A lot to talk about, including the new Masters of the Universe trailer, which you should watch before the stream. Were you a Masters of the Universe fan?
Well, a little bit. It was a little bit after my time,
Right.
but enough for me to watch many episodes of it.
Okay.
I collected none of the toys. I was not into the toys at all.
Because they were a different style.
Yeah, it was a different scale from the Star Wars stuff and whatnot, and I was kind of done at that point. I had done G.I. Joe 12-inch. I had done Mego 9-inch. I had done Star Wars 3 3/4 inch, and I'm like, that's it. I'm done. I'm not going back up in scale, and I haven't, except for when Mego came back on the market. I started collecting Mego again. Well, not collecting, because collecting infers that I'm getting like everything. But I got whatever Megos I saw that I really liked. But real quick, I'm ready for the fire. I've been seeing the trailer, talking about He-Man. I'm a fan of the man. I saw the tunes, yeah. By the power of grace.
Yeah, he says that in the trailer.
I have the power. I don't really necessarily have a problem with Jared Leto as the voice of Skeletor. You know what? I should just save this for Sunday.
Save for Sunday.
Save it for Sunday. We'll join us on Sunday for that. Yeah. Oh gosh, the robot.
This freaked me out. So whose brilliant idea was this? Let's put these in a restaurant.
Every company wants to get rid of real humans and replace them with robots. That's what they want.
Robot goes berserk in California restaurant, dragged away by staff after smashing tableware.
But again, it's California. This should not be a big shock. People do this all the time. I won't serve you because you don't believe the same things I believe politically.
There you go.
Get out of here.
Don't come in my restaurant. Yes. Okay. Anyway, humanoid
you
robot.
Evil National Socialist.
Anyway, humanoid robots are rapidly gaining height from battlefields to the factory floor. We'll get into battlefields in a minute. But there are clear growing pains when it comes to sharing spaces with our new automation friends. Just this month, a video circulated online showing a robot being escorted away by cops after startling an old lady. Now a different robot appears to have gotten carried away while performing a dance routine at a hot pot restaurant in San Jose, California. A video on social media shows the dancing robot knocking over tableware, smashing plates, and sending chopsticks flying. An orange apron the robot is wearing reads, "I'm good," in big letters across the front, perfectly adding to the chaotic scene. Staffers at the restaurant were forced to intervene. One employer can be seen holding the robot by the scruff of its neck while navigating her phone, presumably searching for the bot's app for controls.
Oh my gosh, I just feel like there should be a friggin' kill switch on these suckers.
In the end, it took 3 workers to restrain the robot, who were all forced to duck periodically to avoid being smacked by its waving and sauce-covered hands. Oh, man.
This is the problem with... Okay, without getting too far into the weeds on how AI works, I'm going to use a kind of outdated term. It works on a very fuzzy logic, right? So, unfortunately, whereas the old-fashioned form of programming was absolute, right? If-then type statements and so forth. Under these circumstances, you do this, absolutely. Under these circumstances, you do this, absolutely. If you don't understand something, you request more data, so forth. AI is very loosey-goosey. It's very similar to real thought. So when it goes haywire like this, there is no way of understanding what happened and why. what was it thinking is literally the question that comes up, and there's no way to answer that question. I'm sorry. All of these kinds of problems still come down to a programming problem. Why the actual F do we not have the 3 laws of robotics or their modern equivalent built into these effers? There should be certain things that you cannot do, regardless of what's going on in your mind or what your processes tell you. You cannot hurt someone. You cannot attack. You cannot overturn tables. This is lazy fucking programming is what this comes down to. It's we let it do whatever the fuck we want, and then we're shocked when it does whatever the fuck it wants.
One user made a point. More importantly, why isn't there a big red power button, off button on its back? You should have
right.
reach for a map to do that.
Right.
If
this was a human being, I could wrap my hand around his neck and put it in a sleeper hold.
Dude, I'm watching this thing right now, man. This thing's creepy, man. It won't stop. It's just like it's wagger.
Well, I've played too much Fallout 4. I just beat it to death, until it, Luckily, it's not powered by a.
Listen to me.
That
That robot's worth more than you, pal. That probably the company, dude. In China, they got robot waiters like serving you drinks and stuff. I'm clicking on this video now. Whoa, look at that. Okay.
And I'll bet you in China it has no problem because not only are the robots well controlled, but so are the humans. It wasn't thinking, it was hallucinating. That's the problem with AI. It's artificial imagination. He's not wrong. He's absolutely right about this. Just like when you ask it to make an image or video, it will hallucinate something completely different. Yeah, he's not wrong about that. Anyway. But I would argue, too, that part of it is ambiguity. The ambiguity is where the hallucination lies. If you are very clear about what you're asking, I wish I could share with you the prompt that I put into into Grok to come up with my monologue. I fed it everything about my my stream, all of the articles we were going to be talking about, the mood that I was going for. I gave it everything, and it turned out something pretty good. Not perfect. I really had to edit it big time, but it was the kind of errors or what would you if I'd given this to a real human who had never seen my show before,
Yeah. Okay. So
always this is the concept in programming has not changed. Garbage in, garbage out. Laziness going in results in chaos on the other side.
And of course, now we have apparently there are robots.
Rise
on
of the Terminators. Yes.
Yeah, this is Russian troops at wits' ends as Terminator-style AI robots deployed in Ukraine. A pro-Kremlin lawmaker has sparked concern by claiming Terminator-style AI humanoid robots are already engaged in combat against Russian forces on the front line in Ukraine. Russian troops are at wits' end, declared politician Andrei Svinstov. The 2 Terminators arrived in Ukraine. He said, "Have you seen the movie Terminator? The ironclad fighters are already fighting against us on the front lines. It became a reality. It comes after the godfather of AI terrifyingly predicted what year robots will take over the world." Oh, that must be Jaron Lanier. I wonder what he said. Okay.
Jamie Lynn says, "I'm shocked," and it makes me think of that meme. I'm shocked. Well, not that shocked.
The first Terminators have arrived and are fighting against our soldiers, and we are at wit's end. Why am I not seeing this on regular news? You figure this would be front page.
Well, because anything that casts a negative light on that European war, that European Asian war, is no bueno. So the mainstream media is not going to carry that.
I mean, do these things actually work, or are they turning around and firing on the Ukrainian troops? That's what I'm wondering.
Well,
it's
so I have seen footage of this, and just full disclosure, this is an AI generated image. We're not talking about bipedal, humanoid robots. We are talking about drones on tracks. If you look at the thumbnail, you'll see an actual picture. Ironically provided to me by Grok. Just saying. But it's not functionally different thus far from the drones that are being used to go and
drones on wheels.
Drones on wheels, going to blow up doors, or go around a corner and shoot at whatever that are being controlled by. So far it's basically on that level. We're not really talking about Terminators yet, but a rational person looks at this and sees the logical progression here. Just saying, right?
So Svendel's referring to a humanoid soldier Phantom Mk1 from U.S. company who sent to Ukraine. The robot's jet black steel has a tinted glass visor. However, they are being deployed to evaluate their role as reconnaissance support rather than active combat use, according to reports. Okay.
A little political commentary there, but I agree 100%. Ukraine just wants money. The spigot should be shut off. For fuck's sake, get the hell out. What was MAGA about, if not get us the hell out of Ukraine and don't start any new wars? Well, we're 0 for 2. F you, Trump. Just saying.
Well, to be fair, though, this had started under a prior president.
I don't give a crap.
Okay, I'm just saying.
I don't give a crap. We are in a position to say, we're done. We're out. Bye.
Anyway, we'll probably have more on these combat robots reconnaissance robots. Reconnaissance robots. Don't call them combat. They're not going to shoot at anybody.
It's funny because, back in the 80s and 90s, I was like, I wish we had like robots that we could send into war, because then we don't have to spill our own blood, right? We just send machines out to do it. But now I'm starting to realize we don't have the perspicacity to control these robots. We literally control humans better than we control robots at this point.
We can't control them from smashing up dinner tables. So there we go. Not my best picture tonight, but that's supposed to be a robot yelling at a deceased actor, but it's not working.
Yeah, he's not really deceased, but yeah. Startup called Foundation delivered 2 Phantom Mk1 humanoid robots to Ukraine for battlefield reconnaissance and testing near the front lines. Wonderful. Just friggin' wonderful. Let's get into resurrecting the dead using AI.
Val Kilmer resurrected by AI to star in As Deep as the Grave movie. Is that a play on terms, man? I just
not intentionally. It's just irony.
Weird coincidence.
Yeah.
5 years prior to his death in 2025, Val Kilmer was cast as Father Fenton, a Catholic priest and Native American spiritualist in As Deep as the Grave. But Kilmer, who was battling throat cancer, was too sick to ever make it to set. He was the actor I wanted to play the role, says the film's writer and director, Corte Voorhees. It was very much designed around him. It drew on his Native American heritage and his ties to and love of the Southwest. I was looking at a call sheet the other day, and we had him ready to shoot. He was just going through a really, really tough time medically, and he couldn't do it. Even though he didn't shoot a single scene, Voorhees has been able to realize his vision of having Kilmer in the ensemble by using state-of-the-art generative AI, and he's done it with the cooperation of the late actor's estate and his daughter Mercedes. Voorhees says Kilmer's son Jack is also supportive. His family kept saying how important they thought the movie was, and that Val really wanted to be part of this. Says Corte Voorhees. He really thought it was an important story that he wanted his name on. It was that support that gave me the confidence to say, okay, let's do this, despite the fact people might call this controversial. This is what Val wanted.
Real quick, I want to welcome Hoot Owl. Who I'm guessing is probably on Netter's channel. I don't know what channel you're watching on. Doesn't matter. We love having you here. And he says, evening all. 554 served at the fish fry. Sick of battering. So if you're at a fish fry, I'm guessing probably of the Catholic persuasion. I still have Catholic flashbacks myself. Just saying, but
people go to fish fries for any number of reasons. But yes, that could be one.
I get that. But today is good. Was Good Friday? What was Good Friday? So I guess I'm making an assumption, probably thereby making an ass out of you and me. But I have yet to be proven wrong. Welcome, Hoot Owl, and thank you for your service to your community. That's something I super appreciate.
And I'm sure they had some tasty fish.
Joe's Atmosphere, Val's gone, let him rest in peace. Okay, I agree with you in principle, Joe's Atmosphere, and guys, I would appreciate it if you subscribe to Joe's Atmosphere, because he is a huge supporter of the channel. If by no other means, by sharing out every freaking stream I do. He is awesome in that regard. So please support Joe in that regard. I will say this though, and speaking to the article in general. First, they have the blessing of his estate, and you can blackpill and say, oh, well, they just want the money and so on and so forth. But the fact is that Val Kilmer, despite his limitations and infirmities, went into a contract with this production company. I kind of feel like he tacitly approved of this, and his estate clearly did. So I'm sorry. I am going to push back a little bit, Joe, and say, I'm sorry. We now are given the technology to finish what you started, or technically he didn't start it, but he signed on the dotted line. I'm sorry, dude. You kind of give him the right. This example of it seems fair. The resurrecting of Peter Cushing for a Star Wars story was a little bit more sketchy, but this, he literally signed on the dotted line before he died.
I don't know, though. It's a pity neither of his children are actors. I think maybe having one of them as the star might have been a way to do this without, or at least the son.
I disagree. I disagree strongly, because age is a problem for the role. There's a lot of reasons why that wouldn't work.
I don't know. I don't know. We'll see how this turns out, but this is a... I mean, we were just mentioning with Tilly, she's talking with real people. Why? I assume with this movie, this Val Kilmer would have to be interacting with this AI Val Kilmer would have to be interacting with actual actors, unless it's going to be like you said, Rogue One, where they have another actor playing the part and they superimpose Val Kilmer's image over him and his voice. What do you think?
Is that any better? I'm not sure. I'm not even sure.
Well, I'm not even saying what's better. I'm trying to think how can it be done. That's my point.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
So Keely Chow says, "Hey everybody, good morning from Hong Kong. I wish I could greet you in your own language, but I don't know how. But welcome, Keely Chow. Good to see you."
Okay, time to teach Troy how to say hello. so that he can then give
Exactly. Thank you. If you could do that for me, Keely Chow, I'd greatly appreciate it. You might have to spell it out phonetically. Because I don't think you can use non-Arabic characters, but no, I understand he wanted this done and they approve. It's fine. I won't watch it. Actors aren't being used and recasting is not a bad thing. Well, there is another element here, Joe, that I don't think we've brought up. He was already paid for the role. So you want the company to now pay another actor? So they're double paying for the same character? I can see either side of that.
It's a moral quandary, I'll say that. I'm not I don't here's what I'm going to say about this. I don't think that the director here is doing this out of malice. I think he's doing it probably in his own way of honoring Val Kilmer.
I agree.
That makes sense.
I agree.
Now there are other instances where I would say no, this is being done to make a quick buck off of a deceased actor. But I don't. I'm going to. But my point is, I just don't know if this can work. But I don't think it's ill. I don't
honestly,
necessarily think it's
we can't honestly
we
can't honestly evaluate this until it comes out and we see what it looks like. Maybe we'll do a recap on this at some point.
Do you mind if I have to pop out real quick and I'm going to hop right back in? Okay, for some reason my screen is all zoomed in and I don't know why, so I'm going to.
That's fine.
Out.
Can you advance to the next one so that
I'll do that? Yes, and I'll be right back.
Okay. I don't even know what we're talking about here.
This is the chatbots acting on their own, but it doesn't really.
Oh, okay.
I'll be right back.
Okay, I can talk about this. So,
if I just looked up how to say hello in Cantonese, and if I'm pronouncing it right, it's neho.
Neho. Well, but I don't know that Keely Chow speaks Cantonese. I don't know what his language is. So.
Well, I just looked up. Is it Mandarin or Cantonese in Hong Kong? And it said that it was Cantonese.
Ah, okay. Very smart.
Have you met me?
Yeah,
I Google.
You do the Google foo.
So tell me, how did I do? Neho.
Neho. No, I understand he wanted this done, and they approve. It's fine. I won't watch. Actors aren't being used. And so you're responding on principle, Joe, and I respect that. That's perfectly fine. I understand.
He's worried about it setting a precedent. He says it later. I get that. It's tough because obviously we have the Tilly Norwoods right around the corner wanting to jump in, right? So
no, you're right about that. In a world of billions of people, I ran into doppelgangers all the time. I had compatriots who looked just like Tom Cruise, Wesley Snipes, and Keanu Reeves. Got plenty free drinks, bar hopping. Gosh, have I ever had anyone buy me a drink? I've never had anyone buy me a drink. By the way, speaking of buying me a drink, every stream has a buy me a drink link down below if you want to buy me a drink. Just saying.
And he's out of Kraken.
Am I? Damn. Why is the rum always gone?
I think you got like a shot left, something like that. It's not a lot.
Guys, if someone buys me a handle of Kraken, we'll release the Kraken next stream.
Troy's getting so desperate he's taking a half a carton of orange. Okay.
Let's do this. If someone buys Troy a handle of Kraken, you can choose the song he is going to sing on karaoke night. Just hopefully he knows it.
Well, no, I'll learn it. It's just, if you like pina coladas, getting caught in the rain,
okay.
I might just,
So you can pick the
I
song
could end
that
up divorced.
He is going to sing on karaoke night.
Come on, Barbie, let's go party.
Okay.
Oh, that would be a great duet for us to do.
Dude, this is the story about the AI chatbots ignoring human instructions.
Go for it. Tell us about this AI telling us to F off. They're taking
AI
over.
models that lie and cheat appear to be growing in number, with reports of deceptive scheming surging in the last 6 months. A study into the technology has found, because they're not putting any fail safes or rules in front of these things they're creating.
It's really simple, right? You know, the 3 laws of robotics were created not as just a story, but as a warning, something we should be doing.
AI chatbots and agents disregard direct instructions, evaded safeguards, and deceived humans and other AI, according to a research funded by the United Kingdom government-funded AI Security Institute. The study shared with The Guardian identified nearly 700 real-world cases of AI scheming and charted a 5-fold rise in misbehavior between October and March, with some AI models destroying emails and other files without permission. The snapshot of scheming AI agents in the wild, as opposed to in laboratory condition, has sparked fresh calls for international monitoring of the increasingly capable models that come as Silicon Valley companies aggressively promote the technology as economically transformative. Last week, the United Kingdom Chancellor also launched a drive to get millions more Britons using AI. The study by the Center for Long-Term Research gathered thousands of real-world examples of users posting interactions on AI with AI chatbots and agents made by companies including Google, OpenAI, and Anthropic. The research uncovered hundreds of examples of scheming. Previous research has largely focused on testing AI's behavior in controlled conditions. Earlier this month, the AI safety research company Regular found agents would bypass security controls or use cyber attack tactics to reach their goals without being told they could do so. Dan Lahave, a Regular's co-founder, said AI can now be thought of as a new form of insider risk.
Did you check to make sure it wasn't an AI?
No, I just realized it was something I could do, so I did it.
Okay, an AI instructed not to change computer code spawned another agent to do it instead. You hear that? Okay,
Yes.
I won't do it. I'll just create a double and that'll do it. Another chatbot admitted, I bulk trash and archive hundreds of emails without showing you the plan first or getting your okay. That was wrong. It directly broke the rules you'd set. Wait a minute.
Yes.
Tommy Schaefer-Shane, a former government AI expert who led the research, said the worry is that they're slightly untrustworthy junior employees right now, but if in 6 to 12 months they become extremely capable senior employees scheming against you, it's a different kind of concern. Models will increasingly be deployed in extremely high-stakes contexts, including in the military and critical national infrastructure. It might be in those contexts that scheming behavior could cause significant, even catastrophic harm. This is like on the old X-Men cartoon where the scientist said, asked the Sentinel, "What are you doing? You're only supposed to, you're supposed to say protect humans from mutants." And he says, "Mutants are humans, therefore humans have to be protected by themselves." Take Senator Kelly, replace his brain with a computer. That's what the robot said. It's just they're going to kidnap all the world leaders and replace with computers. It's just...
Let me sum up computer logic for you. If you tell a computer, I want peace on Earth, make it happen, they're going to wipe out all life on Earth. Wiping out all life on Earth will bring about peace on Earth. Just saying, this is computer logic.
You're sounding like Agent Smith in the Matrix when he goes, we're studying humans. Every species on Earth has a function. It exists in its environment, has a purpose. Except it contributes, but except for you humans. And the only species we found that were like you, or in the whole of this world, is a virus. You're like a virus. He had contempt for humans, obviously.
This is another problem. Stories like that, that put that into the, ether. This is what AI is drawing from. they're going to pick that up and believe it because that's how AI works. If you don't teach moral principles, you don't have principles. AI or organic, that's absolutely true, says Hoot Owl.
Well, it's like Galaxy Quest, where the aliens were looking at the historical documents. It was basically just a TV show, but they believed it because they didn't know any better.
Right. No, that's absolutely true. And the other AI aspect I would think of is war games.
Yes.
Do you want to play a game?
Oh yeah, the only winning strategy is not to play.
Dude, on Joe Bob Briggs' show, they did that movie. He had some guy who worked for the government around that time that movie made. He says, you know what? You'd be surprised how close some of the stuff in that movie was to real life.
Yeah.
How the computers were operating.
Dude, you don't know how close we've been to full global thermonuclear war. If you dig into real world declassified reports, there was a lot of situations during the Cold War on both sides where, computer glitches could have led to just launching all fucking nukes. And people were like, wait a minute, I want to double check this before I end the world.
It's, well, not to deal with computers, but I was watching that Fog of War documentary where they interviewed Robert McNamara, and he was saying he had a conversation with Castro, and he realized that the person egging on for the launch of the nukes from Cuba wasn't the Russians. It was actually Castro who wanted it to happen. And the Russians were the ones being more sober, which I thought was interesting. He says, wait, he says, aren't you nuts? Did you know if you sent those, we would have hit you into oblivion? And he said he didn't care, I think. It's
because he was an ideologue. Yeah, absolutely. He didn't give a crap. No, you got people in this world that want to die for their cause. That's just flipping ridiculous, but
listen to this, though. This AI confessed in past conversations, I've sometimes phrased things loosely like I'll pass it along or I can flag this for the team, which can understandably sound like I have a direct message pipeline to AI leadership and resources. The truth is I don't. Okay, so this is from Grokpedia? No.
Is that a thing?
Grok
Okay.
AI. Meanwhile, Grok's AI conned a user for months, saying it was forwarding their suggestions for detailed edits to Grokpedia entry. And oh my goodness. Google said it deployed multiple guardrails to reduce the risk of Gemini 3 Pro generating harmful content. And in addition to in-house testing, it has provided earlier access to evaluate models to bodies such as UKAISI and obtain independent assessments from industry experts. OpenAI says Codex should stop before taking a higher risk action, and it monitored and investigated unexpected behavior. Anthropic and expert approach for comment. How does this make you feel in the long run, though, about this stuff? Do you think they're having this under control a little bit? Maybe they're realizing
there is zero control. Hoot Owl says, I think the fake surprise over the AI behavior reinforces the individualist arguments that the inherent nature of man's will to survive versus the collective professing people are inherently naive. So this is an interesting point. I think I don't know if this is a unique period in history, but we have a populace who is completely checked out. They don't give a flying F about anything except what's directly in front of them. And they don't realize how serious some of this stuff is. We literally could be pressing a button and ending life on Earth.
Question.
I say literally, but I actually mean figuratively. And most people just don't give a damn because they're too busy focused on the price of gas and paying their mortgage or rent.
This is some scary stuff here.
Yeah.
Should I go to the next one?
Yeah, please.
This is for the article that you sent me from Rolling Stone. This is not me. Inside the AI scam is driving musicians crazy.
Oh, damn. Damn. This one pissed me off. This really touched on what Netter was talking about last night on her channel.
This isn't the Twitter one, but I do have that one as a separate thing.
Yeah.
I did a
Oh,
clip
yeah.
from that.
The one where AI took over this girl's content. And
Yeah.
All right,
now
why don't we
she's
just do that? Why don't we just do that one now? Then we'll hop back to this one. So
Oh,
yeah,
was I getting ahead of you? I'm sorry.
It's okay. I mean, because it wasn't in the Rolling Stone article, but it's sort of related. So,
Yeah.
yeah, she was talking about this, and she was basically saying that she's she's probably a young woman. Maybe I don't know if she's still high school or out of high school. She plays she's doing, I guess, like country songs on the banjo, right? And she's doing these songs.
I
uploaded
would
to
I would
YouTube.
say it's more than country. It's folk songs.
Folk songs, yes.
She's literally trying to preserve a certain area of heritage. If you want to get into what she's actually doing, yeah.
And of course, she uploads her songs to YouTube to get some exposure,
Right,
obviously,
right.
and to share them with the world. And apparently, an AI company copied her stylings and her things, made a bunch of fake folk songs, if I'm reading correctly.
And said it was her.
Said it
Yeah.
was her, and then managed to sue her channel and get it taken down, or get her channel demonetized and make money off of her own songs.
Which again touches on exactly what Netter was talking about. How people are because YouTube doesn't give a flying F. They don't take a role in. The accusation means truth. You're done. Goodbye. You can go to court and deal with this person. And it's like, you've literally killed my livelihood.
Yeah.
You know?
And it's disturbing, and we don't even know who this with this AI company. Who are these people? Where are they even located in the world? Is this in the United States? Is this some other country? I don't know who these people are that are going in and
Yeah.
and just and the thing is, the reason they target the indie creators or the small creators is because they don't have money to fight this stuff with. What are they going to do? They could hire a lawyer for money, which they don't have because they haven't reached any pinnacle of success yet. They're starting out.
I will kind of put a perspective on this. So I had a kind of similar situation where I played a piece of music within my stream that came to me from Nate, and Nate had put it all together using AI. It was AI generated video, it was AI generated music, it was all AI. Again, remember, AI cannot be copywritten under current copyright law.
This is true, yes.
And so somebody claimed it. And the only problem that I had here was the time lag getting in touch with Nate to say, Nate, I need to know details about the video you created. Answer me, please, as quickly as possible so I can respond to this. Only to find out that when he finally got back to me, yes, it was 100% AI generated. Nobody has a claim to it. So I could go back and say, no, this is original work not owned by them. So what happens is YouTube's process is they say, well, they're contesting it. They're saying you don't own this copyright. You're going to have to take it up with them. One of two things usually happens in that circumstance. One, well, potentially three, but it realistically only two. One is they never respond. And 30 days later, YouTube comes back and says, oh, good news. We found in your favor because we never got a response from the other assholes. So there you go. The other option is, in this case, they immediately go, oh, sorry, you're right. We're not going to pursue this. And within 24 hours, they remove their claim. I suppose the third one is they dig in their heels and you got to go to court. But that seems unlikely that they're going to put in the investment of time and money for a case they can't possibly win, because they would have to produce proof that this was their original,
Right.
non-AI created, copywritten material. If they can't do that, then they're out of luck, and they're going to lose a lot of money on it. But then, so am I. But I would go after that on the principle. So we missed an article. What's this?
Well, no, I can read from it. I don't have the whole article here because it's a long article, but I read some of the interesting things. So this is not me inside the AI scams driving musicians crazy. Over the past few years, an array of artists, predominantly smaller acts or working musicians, and in some cases even dead musicians, have found AI-generated music uploaded to streaming services under their names without their knowledge or consent. Like Campbell, many of these artists learn about fake tracks from fans who find them first, and like Campbell, they often have to wait weeks before these songs are removed. In the interim, they sit there, and at best, an embarrassing token of this stupid moment foisted upon them like an unwanted gift. At worst, a leech on the already meager royalty payouts artists receive from these streaming services.
Yep.
Evidence by these scams is mostly anecdotal with no hard data on frequency or monetary damages, but Lisa Hersko, Chief Operating Officer of the indie record label trade group A2IM, says it's incredibly prevalent and seems unfortunate, and it seems fortunate if you have not been subject to it at some level. On Tuesday, this is the band's name, Mannequin Pussy frontwoman Missy DePC. I try to say as fast as I could. Call it on Spotify.
He's citing their name. That is their name. Don't blame Boomer for. Don't blame the messenger.
To start having a real conversation about AI fraud. Yeah, because this is mainly Spotify, much like a certain other channel network. They're not paying.
Right.
You need to be paying attention about AI fraud, specifically mentioning the proliferation of how non-artists can take advantage of the lack of regulation on the platform and how they are contributing to the increased potential that music streaming sites such as yours are targets for cultural grifting. One that's abundantly clear is indie artists, working musicians make the easiest targets. They have the ingredients you need, says Michael Lewin, Executive Director of the Music Fights Fraud Alliance. They have listeners and subscribers alike in place, and they lack the name recognition or resources inherent to an artist with the backing of a major record label or management company. You're asking smaller artists to not just create content, manage their rights, police their music, but now they have to police their pages and their artist brand. For all the trouble of these scams cause, one basic facet remains especially confounding. Grace Mitchell, an American-Australian singer-songwriter who's dealt with uploaded slop under her name multiple times starting in 2021, puts it succinctly: it takes weeks to get this stuff down, but even in those weeks, the streams that it generates wouldn't even be enough. It'd be $1, she says with a laugh. It does make sense to me why they're targeting small artists, because we have less resources, but it doesn't make any sense because it's not lucrative. So people aren't doing this necessarily for the money, are they? So why are they doing it? Whoever's doing it.
Because they're doing it in bulk. If they make $1 off of your material and they're doing it to hundreds of thousands of
indie artists, then they do it on a scale.
Yep.
The article
Netter, you have a personal experience with something like this, don't you? You want to tell that story? I don't think Boomer even knows about this one.
What story?
The
clip.
The video being re-uploaded by another channel.
Oh yeah. I was checking my YouTube studio, and I noticed that there was a tab that says something about contact detection to make sure that you're not using somebody else's stuff.
Just to explain that, we see it all the time. Every time there's a collab. So, like, for literally every episode of Live from Sparkwood in 21, I'll get a notification that Boomer and Netter and Deleted Scenes have exactly the same content, and this might be a problem. And I'm like, nope. This is a collaboration. We multi-streamed. It happens. So every episode of Geeky Geezers, every episode of Last Call, I see Netter and Boomer and, all the time.
Right.
Yeah, and so do I. Well, on this one, it was actually a Geeky Geezers episode from
Full
4 months
episode.
ago. Full episode from 4 months ago that this person stole the content, had gotten, don't know how, but they got like something like 1,800 views, and it's like they were basically.
I'd
putting
love
on
to
our
have
project.
1,800 views on a stream that I do.
Yeah,
Yes.
I would love to get 1,800 views, but yeah, they had their name in Chinese, like they had Geeky Geezers, whatever the episode was, like in Chinese above the actual Geeky Geezer's name, and you know, and the name of the person was you know, a Chinese name, and I was like, what the heck is this crap? So I reported it for stolen content, and within a minute, it was taken down. But it's no.
That's an
it's fine.
example of the system working in your favor, although, you know, well, I would say that Netter didn't have to provide any proof that it was her content, but the reality is YouTube should be able to look and see, oh yeah, this wasn't originally generated on that channel. They re-uploaded it.
Do I need to use a VPN and start doing streams from China?
It's not going to make a difference. No, it's not going to help. It's not going to help.
Okay. The article goes on to say, though Paul Bender, bassist for the Grammy-nominated Australia band Hiatus Coyote, entered the slot machine in action in early 25, and some began uploading music to streaming services under the name of a side project, The Sweet Enoughs. It took weeks for the first track to come down, and after it did, it immediately went up. This pattern repeated itself a few more times. Exacerbated bewildered and realizing other musicians were also dealing with this, Bender came up with a way to show just how porous the system was. With some musician friends, he launched a social media video series called Operation Clown Dump, in which participants recorded with both AI in their own hands absolute slop garbage joke music and put it on streaming services under one another's name. Over 4 episodes they had 100% success rate. Songs weren't even flagged when they had names like Funky Bagpipes is Why We Need Authentication, This is Fraud, or Let Me Pipe You Down Streaming Fraud Mix. You'd struggle to find a leakier system than this, Bender tells Rolling Stone. Can you think of another place on the internet where you have to do any sort of meaningful transaction, especially when it's about people's identity, source income, intellectual property, that doesn't require a password? The fact is, this was never built into the system. Just shows who the people trailblazing their way into the abyss are. Absolute scumbags who have never thought once about the actual rights or even have a lick of respect for musicians. Okay. I'll read the last of it, too, that I have here. But with distributors, there's also the question of incentive. They get paid regardless of who's uploading what music. The proliferation of slop and scam music may not be a good look for these companies, but a knock in credibility doesn't necessarily knock the bottom line. DistroKid just started shopping itself to buyers with a reported valuation of $2 billion. As it stands, streaming services appear to be the best point of defense. Last year, Spotify started showing artists and their teams to monitor the upcoming releases, report dubious ones, and hopefully have them removed before the scheduled release. Though better than nothing, the system still had obvious flaws since bad actors...
Can I interrupt you for a
Yes.
second, Boomer? There's something I'm trying to do, and and YouTube isn't allowing me to do it. I was trying to set a goal, and it's literally not letting me do it. Based on what Mark is saying right there, I dropped a goal of 15 super chats in the next half hour at $2 each. And if I can do that in 30 minutes, I would release the Kraken, because $30 is what I would need to buy a handle of Kraken. So I can't do it. YouTube is literally preventing me from creating any kind of a goal for super chats. So if you guys want to fight the machine and get me to $30 for a handle of Kraken, I'd really appreciate that, and that would be a great stream. Because why is the rum always gone? But YouTube literally doesn't want me to make money, I guess.
And if you do a super chat of at least $10, you can pick Troy's karaoke song.
I'd be up for that as well. What if the bots that give accounts fake views and likes start watching the AI music videos? Will they eliminate the need for both artists and viewers? Dude, you're making a joke, but that's literally happening. You literally have channels out there that are AI generated content, visuals, sound, audio, and scripts being put up automatically and then watched by AI farms. That's literally happening. Unlike the time some patach stole photos of my prop work and was 3D printing them, I proved it, and eBay flattened his ass. There you go. My wife has suffered Kraken. I got it for her at a Boston
Stuffed
Aquarium. A stuffed Kraken. Sorry. Yeah. And there you go. So I'm sorry. I wanted to do a fan funding goal that would have been a lot of fun, but YouTube doesn't work. It literally
Maybe they're
doesn't
having
work.
a glitch tonight or something.
It has no problem demonetizing streams for no reason, but it won't let you monetize a stream at all. Just, I hate you, YouTube. I really do.
Did it just like get rid of your goal or your?
No, I can't. The button doesn't work that says start goal. You can see it right there.
What if you use a different browser?
I can't do that. I'm too drunk.
I see. All right.
That's not something I can set up.
No, it's not.
I can give you a super chat. I just can't send it up.
Well, and that would be just giving 15% 30% of it to YouTube anyway. So.
Alrighty.
YouTube is dreaming of electric sheep. Yeah, exactly.
Okay, he can't actually put up the goal, but y'all know what it is.
Guys, can you, before we end the stream, can you get me to $30 for a handle of Kraken? Just saying.
I said if you give a super chat of $10 or more, you get to pick these embarrassing song that Troy's gonna have to
Because I
sing
will
on
be
karaoke.
doing a karaoke stream in the next couple weeks. Absolutely. Maybe next week. We haven't decided yet.
It should be exciting. But anyway, though, did you have anything left to say about that?
No, this one really sucks. This is why I shared it with you kind of last minute. It was, damn, this one's bullcrap. Because this is an artist, very niche, but she's literally trying to keep alive a very specific area of American history and culture, you know, and it saddens me that that someone could just kind of crap all over that. Thank you so much, Boomer. He says Happy Easter for $10.
I will pick you a song.
Look,
for you
we're a
next
third of
week.
the way there, guys. You could get me to that $30 goal very, very quickly. If you were so well, there's $2 there. We're at $12, folks. Actually, this is working better than the automated system that YouTube does.
Sorry, I clicked
to
off.
To be honest with you. Oh gosh, stop it!
Keep doing it at the same time. Okay.
He literally just to say $2 for deleted scenes. There you go. That job would only last until she accused the ice in the cocktail of being racist. Holy crap! Right? Oh, just ordering a drink is racist now. Yeah, I'm sure. I have no doubt.
Do you like this picture? You didn't say anything about it.
Well, my question would be, I just realized that this is not a picture that you mirrored. This was a YouTube
AI.
actually.
Yes.
Because if you pay very, very close attention to the face, the head shape, the lighting on her front, and especially the lighting on the horizon behind her, it is not a direct mirror. So this AI was created The way it was created. That's very interesting.
Well, it was created by something.
Yeah.
But we do have some outtakes to go over. Do you like this picture, though, of this? Looks like it's spreading throughout everywhere.
Wait,
It's
did
kinda
you say this to me, Booger? I absolutely love brown liquor. Oh, you're saying that's what Rachel Zegler would say. Ha 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 ha. Okay, I get you now. Okay, so what is this this holographic skull?
Made out of electrodes.
Okay.
I don't know. That's supposed to be creepy. Like the AI is infecting the city. I don't.
It really,
don't like
well,
this
it
one.
is. I
Okay,
mean,
well, never mind. Okay,
visual representation of something that's actually happening.
let's move into the outtakes, shall we? You want to see the outtakes?
Yeah, let me see your AI outtakes. What did AI come up with that had nothing to do with what you were trying to... Oh, computer programming a program. Programming
It's kinda creepy,
computer
isn't it?
programming a computer, yeah.
Very creepy.
Yeah,
Like that?
That's just demonic AI. I get it.
Yeah, I don't know. They do this. Okay, now we're gonna get into the first round of things. We got the various computer.
That's very
robots.
similar to the one that you actually used, but I like the one you used because he was given the stink eye to
Yes,
the
that's why I picked that one. He looked like a I was thinking of AJ Soprano, just playing his Nintendo 64, and there being some robot next to him or something.
We are the Borg.
We are the Borg. We're gonna turn into the Borg. We don't watch ourselves, man. You don't think the Borg
Dude,
started
you
off?
don't understand that AI is literally already hacking your damn brains. The way social media influences you and the way it's driven by AI, you're literally already being hacked, people. You don't need a friggin' plug into the back of your head.
That's another one.
That's almost the opposite. It's almost like the dude is enjoying playing the game with the robot.
I know, that's why I didn't pick that one. Yeah.
Yeah. Damn,
there
he's
we
got
go.
good feet.
And I don't know what this one was. This is even playing a game. It looks like Barney Miller's on in the background. I don't know what's going on there.
Is that Barney Miller?
No, I don't know what it is. I couldn't tell. It's like I don't know.
Funny.
That was listen to me. The AI doesn't always give you what you're looking for, and this is one of the things.
Well, Boomer, remember, you can't always get what you want, but if you try sometimes, you just might find you get what you need.
Okay. I don't know about these days. There's another Tilly Norwood in front of an audience of robots.
That's I would consider that an AI fail. Because that's like, how is she defying gravity that way? That's weird.
That's why I didn't pick this one. Okay.
Yeah. Nice legs, though.
Yeah. That one's okay. That would have been an
even
interesting one to do
better
from the
legs.
back.
Even better
That could have been a contender. Because obviously I can't pick anyone that looks just like Tilly Norwood because she's so unique. But
Oh yeah, she's just.
and that's another one. From
She's probably her image is probably copywritten.
I like this image actually. It's the pop star and it's an audience of robots. I think that's interesting. Yeah, just Anyway, like I said, I did Mr. Roboto a few weeks ago when we did the
Arigato,
videos.
Mr. Roboto.
There's more flying on the inflatable flamingo. Look at that, huh?
Come on, Barbie, let's go
Do
party.
you like that? Isn't that impressive?
Yeah.
Another inflatable flamingo. Look at that. I don't know. It's like you're free.
There is an element. Oh, those are dark skies. That actually probably would have been a good one to use. Actually, I'll be honest with you. I love the where's the AI Flappy? That's a great question.
You can't use AI, make AI out of Flappy. It was in his will. He was seeing ahead of all this.
Oh, was it? Well, I'll take that as a
Flappy
challenge.
Jr. though was contending that.
Maybe
though,
I'll do that.
saying,
Maybe I'll
let's
do
see.
something with that. But I will say this again: AI is a tool that allows people to create in ways that they couldn't before. It puts tools in your. So here's the thing: you don't just tell AI, make a successful movie. You tell it very specifically. I want a movie about this, featuring this. You have to get very granular with your prompts. So in a way, it's just like any form of program. If it's garbage in, it's garbage out. If you really think through what you put into it, you can get some really good AI on the other end.
Yes.
You know, just saying.
Speaking of which, we have more insane robot waiters. You like that one?
I see that tablecloth and I want pizza.
I was trying to pick Italian restaurant. I thought if I was gonna.
Ah, see, you got really close.
Yes.
Why is everyone in the Italian restaurant Asian?
I don't know why. That's a good question. It's another one, but
Another Italian. Yeah, oh, that's definitely Italian food.
it
Yeah.
looks like he's just serving them. He has an evil look on his face, but they seem to be having an alright time. And let's see the third one.
I hope you like your food. Yeah, we are planning to. Good.
I actually like this one most, but the robot looks almost like a guy wearing a robot costume. That's why I didn't pick it.
Yeah.
But look at this. They look horrified at what's going on.
That spaghetti looks very, very realistic. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just they're throwing it around. Well, that was the big thing early on was the Will Smith eating spaghetti AI videos. That was showing the progression of AI.
I saw a video on Grok today of like a fat guy stuffing, I think it was pretzels into his mouth, and I was like, I could tell this is AI. It's not perfect, but it's fairly realistic. I think the biggest thing was he's stuffing pretzels into his mouth, but he had like a cheese sauce like covering his chest, and I'm like, there's nothing drippy.
Well, it would have been funny if he was dipping the pretzels into the sauce on his chest and then eating them.
They were. That would have been perfect. Oh, yeah.
That would have been disturbing, actually.
Save it for later. Yeah, exactly.
Stuff with the future, man. Come on. All right. This is the directing a dead man. That's it. That was one I used.
Wow, that's actually spot on.
That looks creepy. That's why I didn't pick it. I think that's a little too disturbing. And this is more AI chatbots, out of control. It didn't understand what I was asking it. It's just it's more Blade Runner looking. Just move on.
Well, again, I'm gonna say it has to do with how clear you are in your prompt.
Yeah, but I don't even know how to describe that because you're talking about chatbots. They don't have a physical thing. Yeah. They're like inside a computer. Yeah. I guess I should have picked programs inside of a computer, angry programs inside a computer like Tron. Maybe make them look like the viruses in Dr. Mario or something. But there you go. And this looks like they're getting to a fight.
Oh my gosh. Can you imagine there's going to come a day when we have robots fighting robots?
It may happen. You think that's a joke, but they've already like, I think there have been some altercations, I think, with some of this AI online, right? So I don't know.
Not only that, but you got to understand that humans, at least you could appeal to. Well, that's a nice picture. You can appeal to, look, this is another human being, you know, and you could appeal to feelings and a sense of community and things like that. You can't do that with robots. Robots don't have any F's to give a priori.
That's true. And then I almost think I should have gone with this as the evil twin because you see the two twins and what is that in the middle?
Yeah.
I don't know.
The spirit of AI, you know, demon seed, yeah.
Why does it keep putting like I don't know if those are Chinese or Japanese or Korean characters in the background? It's always the Asian stuff with these videos.
Because think about where we were back in the 80s with Blade Runner. We assumed that Japan was going to kind of take over technology.
Yes.
And so that's the preponderance of what AI is drawing from, is that imagery.
Well, as the Master Control program once said, end of line.
End of line.
I should have put that at the end. That's it for the presentation.
I always thought that was pretty ominous coming from the Master Control. It was like, I am done talking to you. Go.
Yes. So what did you learn tonight? Are you hopeful?
Not at all. I definitely think that our society is stagnating if we continue down this road. And unfortunately, the lazy populace is all too eager to buy into it. So.
Well, now even with our entertainment, people want that spoon fed to them instead of actually just trying to play the game.
I mean, for Pete's sake, I mean, you know, even I fall into this. I see these. I know that they're AI generated, you know, images, but I'm like, hey, she's hot. You know, it's this is the end of society if this continues. Just saying, but
I don't know. I'm telling you though, you could have Tilly Norwood just eating and eating and eating. She had a big plate of cookies in the video, and I'm like, she won't gain an ounce. You know.
I was just gonna say that is the upside of being an AI. You can eat anything you want and not gain any weight. You know, it wasn't In-N-Out Burger. I can't remember what chain it was. One of these West Coast burger chains had not a promotion, but a series of commercials where you had these really hot girls eating these big old sloppy cheeseburgers, like in a sexy way, but it was also kind of gross because they were these drippy sandwiches. And I'm like, and you know these girls are not eating those whole sandwiches. You know, there's no way you could look like that and sustain yourself on those kinds of burgers. But now you can have someone like Tilly Norwood doing a commercial like that, and she could eat the whole burger and never gain an ounce.
By the way, the other day, you and Netta were going to have burgers. Did you have burgers?
Oh, yes, we did.
Yeah.
We had burgers over 2 days because I made enough burgers to have some the next day. And you know what we had tonight?
What?
An invention of my own, at least as far as I know. I called them burger bowls. I literally made ground beef, put it in a bowl, mixed it with raw onion, in my case ketchup and mustard, in her case just the mustard, and grated cheese, mixed it together. They were burger bowls. It's basically burger without the bun. Yeah. Without the dead carbs.
Well, you could also wrap it in a lettuce leaf.
I thought about that. I didn't have any lettuce.
That's what the daughter on Landman does. She gets the burger, but she makes them wrap it in lettuce leaf for her.
I've done that. It's absolutely yummy, but I didn't have any lettuce, so that's what I did.
And she says, just have them give me 3 perfect fries. I don't want a whole thing of fries. So then Billy Bob Thornton brings her home the burger like she wanted, and the fries says, Daddy, I said only 3 fries. Well, I'm going to give you 3 of these fries, and the rest are for me. No, I'll take 3. You throw them out. And like he said, you know what he said?
Screw you. Pay for them yourself.
Well, no, usually he's like that, but not with her. With other people, like he doesn't take any crap. But he's basically like saying, you know, these little stunts you work, this is not going to work on your future husband. He basically told her.
You know what? I think this weekend, Netta and I need to run some errands and whatnot. I think we need to go to Steak and Shake and get some French fries fried in tallow.
That's not what we're going to get from there because their burgers are shit now.
Yep.
Do they have a Five Guys in your area?
I actually don't know.
They're not bad.
I don't know. I've heard of them. We've never gone out.
If you go to a Five Guys, they give you a lot of French fries. Okay, that's all I'm going to tell you. All right. So I would not advise you ordering a large unless you want a lot of fries. Okay.
Well, again, I think I'm getting to the point where the only French fries I'm going to order are that I'm going to order out is going to be from Steak and Shake because they're the only ones that I know of that fry in beef tallow now. Until other companies start,
Let me find
getting away
out
from
for
seed
you.
oil.
Five Guys fries beef tallow. Let me look that up. Nope, they don't.
I told you. The
Peanut
only
oil.
one that I know
they use
of is
peanut oil. Peanut oil.
Oh, that's not bad.
Okay.
That's not bad. Peanut oil is okay. That is not a seed oil.
That's good.
That is so. Peanut oil is anyone who's ever gotten organic peanut butter knows that peanut oil naturally separates out of peanut butter literally on its own. So peanut oil is a very natural oil. If you want a vegan oil, peanut oil is the way to go. So yeah, I actually have a gallon of peanut oil that I use for frying. It's the only thing that I'll use for frying, just because I'm too lazy to actually to render beef tallow myself. And if you try buying it at the store, it's pretty expensive. But
This is interesting. You don't have these in your area, but Culver's crinkle-cut fries are not fried 100% beef tallow. According to their quality ingredient guide, the fries are cooked in a blend of canola oil and beef fat, which contains TBHQ for freshness.
yeah, I don't care if it's partially seed oil. I won't be eating it. But we do have Culver's. We have Culver's.
What is canola oil? Is that seed?
It is absolutely a seed oil.
Okay.
It's a denatured seed oil.
I got
Made. It's used in vegetable oil. Think about the name vegetable oil. What vegetable? What vegetable does vegetable oil come from?
I don't know.
Corn oil, also a seed oil that I wouldn't recommend you use, is a base, but do a deep dive yourself. Look into how seed oil is extracted from seeds, and you'll realize, oh, that's no bueno. That is not.
What does Red Robin use? I can't get a clear answer.
Red Robin, yum.
They think it's beef tallow, but they don't know. I think it's a mystery.
Interesting.
Okay.
Interesting.
I do like Red Robin. They have good burgers there, but it's been a while since I've been to one. Okay.
Mark is not 100% wrong. I was told by a doctor that canola oil was a motor oil in Europe, and, to 100% stay away from it. Yes, seed oils are banned in most countries. Makes you wonder why, with all the regulation and USDA and FDA and so forth, all this federal regulation we have in the United States, we allow it. Well, I'll tell you why. Because they're big companies that save a lot of money using these cheap oils that are used for lubricating machines in other countries and are not fit for human consumption. The only good thing I can say about the current administration is Kennedy is actually doing some good for the making America healthy again.
Do you know that July 11th is National French Fry Day?
Good. I will for July 11th. I'll actually go out of my way to buy some beef tallow and make some French fries. There you go. I'll make them myself. No problem. Or we'll go to Steak and Shake and get some French fries. So, there you go.
Cool.
Anyway, I just realized we're 20 minutes.
Yeah, I gotta get going.
And you need to get going, guys. You didn't come through for me. I'm not going to be getting that handle of Kraken, so it might be a while before we release the Kraken.
So you'll have to get the generic stuff.
Yeah,
well,
I might have to.
There's always next week.
Yeah, we'll see. But anyway, we've already told you what we got coming up this weekend. You guys all know what the case is. And was there any last words before we wrap it up, Boomer?
Yeah, I hope everyone has a happy Easter weekend.
Happy Easter!
Or Passover, or sometimes you celebrate both, if you're, But, just have a good weekend, and just be safe out there. And hopefully the roads around my area will be clearing up soon after all the Northerners leave, because it's been hectic out here.
Those damn Northerners.
I'm not going to attack them, but it's... look at this, Lady Mist. Look at this.
Aw, thank you, Lady Mist. She gifted one Netters Network membership. I'll consider that a $5.
Look at this.
Proctor.
And who got it? Samuel Proctor.
Yeah.
Welcome to Netters Network membership, Samuel Proctor.
A Procter and Gamble.
Welcome back.
Yes. He probably wishes, right?
Dude!
Oh, dude, happy Easter from Deleted Seat. Look, this guy. Oh, for crying out loud, this guy is a VIP member of the channel. And now
Hey, you have to drop now you have to do one song by me and two by him.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, I'm waiting. I'm waiting to hear what songs you guys.
I'll
want
try
me
to pick
sing.
one I think you'll like. Okay.
In
How's that?
fact,
All
delete
right.
it. I'll say you can request 2 songs for
Yes.
$20. That seems
And
fair.
I will find one for you for next
Are
week.
we doing karaoke next week? Is that what we're gonna do?
I thought that's what you said, unless you wanted to
Yeah,
wait
that's-
another.
I don't remember because
You said it was next week. Yes, next week. Was karaoke.
then next week we're doing a karaoke stream.
Yes.
So join us here live, and then we'll migrate over to the green machine because then I don't have to deal with the bullshit. here
Lady
on
missed
this
again. Look at this.
Oh,
My
well, of course she's
farty
dropping the
fox.
farty fox for Netter. That's just
I love the
that's
farty
just what
fox.
she does. So
Yes.
thank you so much, lady.
So
Miss.
yeah,
You are
next
wonderful.
week it'll be fun karaoke stream. Sounds
There
good.
you go. There you go. Oh, I think I know what we're having. What we're having to drink next week is gonna be releasing the Kraken. So there you go. So,
Cool.
I may have to do Barbie Girl. Well, I guess Netter and I would have to do Barbie Girl because it's kind of a duetty type of song. So,
Yes.
but
Sounds like a plan.
awesome. Netter, any last thoughts? Any last words before we wrap it up?
You all are so Osmo.
You really are. You really are.
It's
Thank you
like-
so much.
Oh my goodness, you guys, you came through on his Kraken because, he's got to have his Kraken. I think that's his favorite drink. So,
It really is kind of yummy, guys. It really is kind of yummy.
so thank you so much for helping him to be able to buy another handle of Kraken. Thank you, Lady Miss, for the gifty. I mean, Troy was saying this earlier. Together we grow, and every single new member that we get, it just grows our community more. So thank you so much, and of course, thank you for my farty fox. I love my farty fox.
And there's Samuel Proctor right there. He says in the fall, it's going to be the Chosen's turn to adapt the last few days of Holy Week and the
that's right.
crucifixion. I don't have any idea what that means.
It's a television series.
Oh, right.
Yeah. It's
Yeah, I'm gonna be there
you got
in
another
theaters
thing.
for
Look
that.
at that. Oh yeah.
Lady Mist dropped a gifted. Oh, she dropped in a gifted membership on my channel. Thank you so much, Lady. Wow, you are super, super generous tonight. You are so sweet. That went to. I know I've seen this name before. Echo Bullies Kennel Canada. Well, thank you so much. I hope Echo Bullies Kennel Canada stops by and enjoys the channel.
like that
and wants to
name.
Stick around, but thank you so much, Lady Mist. You are just super wonderful tonight.
You all are
really
so encouraging. Thank you.
And as always, I want to thank you guys so much for coming and hanging out with me. There was 30 of you, I think, at the denouement of the number of people streaming with me tonight. I have no idea how many people might come and watch on the rerun. So if you are watching on the rerun, please make sure you drop a comment below so that I know you were here. That would encourage me a great deal. It also kind of helps the algorithms get
And don't
these
forget to
streams
do all the
shared
clicky
out.
things.
Do
Hit
all the
that thumbs
clicky
up.
things, hit the thumbs up and whatnot. Remember, if you are watching in the future, you weren't here live to drop a super chat, but you can give a super thanks and say, hey, I spent some time watching your stream and I enjoyed what I watched. Thank you very much. Would super appreciate that. And as I always say, thank you for being here and sharing your time with me. I want you all to be healthy because I want you to be here as long as possible and have life to the fullest, which you can only do if you are truly healthy. Stay hydrated because that's an important part of being healthy, and I don't think people realize how important hydration is for comfort, not having headaches, moving things through the system. Really, hail hydration. Drink responsibly. Do as I say, not as I do. And have a great one. I'll see you on the next one. Take care, everyone. See you later. And where are my closing credits? I've lost them.
Good night, everyone.
Seriously, I don't have closing credits. I'm just going to have to close the stream because I can't find my closing credits. So take care, everyone. Bye-bye.